Okay, Jennifer Lopez recently won some, like, people's most beautiful person, whatever. I'll tackle that in a different, probably in a different video. What happens when you take Al Pacino, Christopher Walken, Jennifer Lopez, and Ben Affleck, throw them into a movie? You're probably thinking you have Al Pacino and Christopher Walken. You could pair those guys up with probably a broom and a Swiffer wet jet, and you'd have a movie that's worth watching. Instead you got Gigli. Now, in all honesty, this movie, from what I've discovered, was radically revised from its original interpretation. So the actual original version might have actually been good. The version that got released, however, is normally considered one of the worst films of all time. Ben Affleck plays the standard Ben Affleck, Boston-sounding street thug. His lines are pretty much like his lines from, like, The Town. F this, F that, suck on this, suck on that. But he talks tough, but he's kind of a thug with a heart of gold. Next to the escort with the heart of gold, probably one of the most overused cliches. He's told to kidnap the mentally handicapped brother of a district attorney. His boss doesn't think he can pull it off, so he then hires a lesbian assassin played by Jennifer Lopez to watch over him. At what point in time did somebody go, you know what I'm thinking? We have, like, Christopher Walken, right? He's like a detective, We have, like, lowly street thug Ben Affleck, yeah? With a heart of gold, okay? Lesbian assassin Jennifer Lopez, Well, who's gonna be like the mob boss? Well, it's gotta be Al Pacino, because why else have Al Pacino in a movie? Okay. So what are they gonna be trying to do? They're gonna kidnap the mentally handicapped brother, the DA. Okay. So you're gonna have bizarre, awkward sexual chemistry between a lesbian and a soft, low-level, like, mobster, while they're paired up with the mentally handicapped kid. Yeah. Maybe if the Farrelly brothers did this, the people behind There's Something About Mary, this probably would have been an absolutely hilarious movie. But it's just, it never really seems to click. From Jennifer Lopez being like, I'm a tough street thug, I'm a tough assassin lesbian. And you actually can find, there's a thing that says, like, it's like 5 minutes, the best of Gigli. And it has, I forgot how bad the line was, it's turkey time. Jennifer Lopez, like, swing her legs open and closed, gobble gobble. When I'm thinking about, that region of the female anatomy, the last thing that comes to my mind is turkey. And gobble gobble. Ben Affleck does his standard, it's him just cussing about everything. Talking about how he's the bull and she's the cow. I don't know why he always has to play like an idiot low-level mobster. And the kid was playing like the mentally handicapped guy. The moments that are great is when Walken's on there. Because Walken sounds like he's improvising lines. And I'll be honest, I would rather watch Christopher Walken do improv for an hour and a half and occasionally, I don't know, do spoken word versions of songs. Now, I absolutely hated the Ben Affleck thing that followed. Because I'll be honest, before that, Ben Affleck seemed like the sort of guy you could probably talk to. You could probably hang out with. He seemed like a pretty cool guy, He liked comics, he was into movies, he was into sports. Then Ben Affleck happened, and he was like spray tanned, and all of a sudden he's not in like regular clothes, he's in like designer jogging suits. And this, I was watching something else where Ben Affleck blames Jennifer for ruining his career. And I'll be honest, after movies like Gigli and Jersey Girl, the 2 times they paired up, he didn't do a whole lot for a long time. But I'm getting off subject. Are there worse movies in Gigli? Oh, of course there are worse movies in Gigli. Of course. You can find some bizarre, low-budget film by a bunch of high schoolers where the mics are always wrong and the editing's horrible. But when it comes to like an actual big budget release, this I think it had like a $50 million budget or something. Think about you to the $50 million. What you could film with that much money. And instead you get this bizarre, disorganized, just pseudo-witty dialogue every now and then, but it seems like if somebody could take the raw footage and re-edit this, you could probably have a pretty salvageable movie. But in its current incarnation, there's nothing good about it.